Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wolberg, your podcast performance coach with another actionable tip so you can sound like a pro and gain more podcast fans. Today's tip is be an energy mirror. Aha! Did you hear my last episode about brainstorming your ideas all the way to the end? If you didn't, I was talking about different tools to use for hashing out episode ideas when they come to you, rather than using sticky notes that dry up and get lost. Remember the sticky note that I found? It had the words energy mirror on it. So here we go. Now what the hell is an energy mirror? It's more of a technique than a thing, really. It's just one tool to use when mastering the art of a great interview. But before we understand the mirror, let's briefly look at the role energy plays in your podcast. Energy comes from a few places. Maybe your music or produced intro has a certain energy. Hopefully it's on brand, and hopefully you match the energy when we hear your first words. It sounds really awkward when these two things don't match up. But after that, the only energy that powers your show is you. And it should be fairly consistent from episode to episode. We're really talking about your on-air persona here. Now, when you have a guest on your show, that energy can change instantly. So, how do you control it? You use the energy mirror. Ideally, how it works is like this. You project your energy onto your guest, and they'll reflect it back to you. This comes from social conditioning. If someone is happy and pleasant to you, you'll be happy and pleasant back to them. So you project the energy you want back from your guest. The best thing about reading someone or using the energy mirror is that it's a two-way mirror. It can work both ways. But remember, you're the one in control. It's your show. So you have to set the pace. However, sometimes you have to let the guest set the energy, especially if they're sharing a memory or telling a story. Then it's time for you to respect and reflect their energy back to them. In a perfect world, this would happen in a pre-interview or a preamble. This is the time just before your interview officially starts once you press record. You can set the tone. You can break the ice. How's it going? How's the weather there? Get your guest to match your level, and then you're all set to go. Sometimes we don't get a chance to do the pre-interview, so we don't know the energy that our experts are going to bring. You'll just have to be ready to adjust on the fly. Now, if you're interviewing someone in person, they're easier to mirror because of the facial and physical cues. When we're podcasting, we might not always have that luxury, so it's about listening and feeling your way through it. If they're way up there, you have to gently bring them down or slowly ramp up the energy for people who are feeling a little sleepy. This is done with the questions you ask, the speed and tone that you ask them with, and maybe even using their name and title to reset things. If you don't know what a podcast reset is, check out episode number 8, the podcast reset. Great podcasters, broadcasters, and presenters know how to read a guest. They know how to control an interview. They're great listeners. They have amazing instincts, and they know when to match someone's energy. They'll let things flow organically, but are always measuring the weight of a conversation. They can pull you in deeper or release you into a laugh or have you smiling again with just a few words. Yes, this is next level podcasting. It takes a lot of episodes and time to master this skill, but it isn't out of reach for you. You probably already have done this before. Think about working a room of a party. Think about maybe a convention or a conference you've been at. As you move around, you're reading the energy. Usually you can match the energy you encounter from group to group. You're already reflecting or mirroring what you're hearing and feeling. If people are talking about someone's heart-wrenching battle with cancer, you're not going to come bouncing up, be all smiles, and join in. The more interviews you do, the better you'll become at this. Now, just a couple of other notes on energy. Remember, the mic sucks 10% of your performance. So bring up the energy. It doesn't have to come with cheese. Just sound like you're awake and that you care. Now, if you really don't want to start your show with a thud, don't start by saying to your guest, Tell us about yourself. Psst. It's not a question. Listen to episode 19 to find out how I really feel about this statement and to learn a better way to start your show. All podcasts have energy. How much of it is up to you. Controlling it is a lot easier when you master the energy mirror technique. Once you do, not only will you have a better sounding podcast, but your listeners will be treated to interviews that are deep, honest, and more engaging. And I hope that's just the tip you need. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the greatest podcaster of them all? What are the chances the mirror will say your name? If the answer is slim to none, you may need my 30 Days to a Better Podcast program. Get it today at podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Walberg. See